Welcome to Boxing Fans Talk TV. I'm your host, TDT. You can refer to me as Miss T or just plain TT. Well, y'all see the thumbnail? Jermell Charlo getting a taste of his own medicine. Is it good for boxing? I don't know. We'll talk about that and other things, but y'all know the drill. First, let's turn to welcome back. It's Boxing Fans Talk TV. I'm your host, TDT. You can refer to me as Miss T, or you can call me just plain old TT. Y'all see the thumbnail? Jermell Charlo is getting a taste of his own medicine. Oh, what a tangle web we weave when first we practice to deceive. I know some of y'all are saying, T, what deception? That's for, I guess he feels, him to know and us to find out. But you know it's some kind of deception. I'm not saying that they at Charlo's feet per se, but he's complicit. He's in it some kind of way. But before we get into that, y'all know what I do at the top of my hour. Water check, water check, water check. Yes, I have reached my daily dosage around this time. And that's 10 bottles, 10 8-ounce bottles, that is, spring water. And, of course, I'm going to knock down 2 more, of course, before I go to sleep tonight. And here at Boxing Fans Talk TV, we advocate that everybody drinks at least 100 ounces of water per day. If you're an adult, we actually say that you can drink 128 ounces of water a day. Every adult could. So drink up your water. It's winter, it's cold, but it doesn't matter the season or how hot you are or whatever. You need to be on that daily water regimen. If you're not a big water drinker like most of us here in America are not, and we need to get back to that, we'll solve a lot of our problems in this country medically if we get back to that. But if you're not a big water drinker, we say 2 times a day you at least need to drink 8 ounces of water. The first being when you get up in the morning, before those toes hit the ground, before you get off into your morning routine, like brushing your teeth, washing your face, whatever you do first thing in the morning. Drink you 8 ounces of water. Have it on the nightstand, ready to go. Hell, learn how to drink room temperature water. Here at Boxing Fans Talk TV, we advocate that you get you a little mini fridge. Put it in your room. It's not going to hurt your electric bill, trust me. If it did, I wouldn't say it. Because I know to most of us, that is a mitigating factor right there. How does this affect my electric bill? But it won't change it. They got them small ones to waist high ones. You know, I said mini fridge. I ain't say no big behind fridge neither. So I know my family loves it. We keep cold, refreshing drinks in there. You know, we got apple juice, you know, cranberry juice, water, whatever you could be eating something you need to refrigerate it because you couldn't finish it off. You know, it comes in handy for real. But drink you 8 ounces of water if you think of your body as an engine and the water is the lube to help things move smoothly and efficiently. You know, that's what you need to drink the water for. You need that water. It's a lot of work going on, and it needs water. It's a part of that work. The second time is at night when you get out the shower or the tub, throw on your pajamas. You know, you heading off to bed. You know, most of us don't go straight to sleep. We look at a program or two. We read a magazine article. We read a passage in a book. And then eventually we fall off to sleep, right? The American Heart Association agrees that drinking water before you go to sleep like that is good for your heart. So, you know, we advocate that you do. You know, a lot of reads going on at night in a deep sleep. I'm not talking about a cat nap. I'm not talking about when you just close your eyes for a second. I'm talking about a deep sleep. We go ahead and say, hey, you need that water to do that work too. Revamping, recharging, rebooting, recleaning, recreating. I could probably think of some more things that's going on, but you need water. You can tell that there's a lot of work going on because here's a fun fact. The average person burns between 900 and 1,000 calories at night, only in the deep sleep. You can't even get that in the workout. I don't care how hard you think you're going. A lot of y'all think y'all going balls to walls. You're not burning that much in the workout. But in the sleep, you can burn that. That's how much work going on. And you need water to efficiently, in a timely manner, carry out those tasks. So, drink up your water. Don't sleep on it. It's 2022. We about to be in 2023. There's no reason at this time in our country's history or just in the world today that anybody should be having dehydration problems. That's something that should be eradicated. Nobody should ever be dehydrated, ever. Not children, not anything. And to this new age thing that's saying babies don't have to drink water, bullshit a lot of them. Give your baby some water, even if it's an ounce a day or 2 or 3 ounces a day. Give your baby some water. It ain't gonna hurt. They're a living thing. All living things need water, right? Stop to y'all men who probably don't get involved into the weeds of what your baby gotta eat, you know, every little second of the day. You know, get involved with that. Make sure your baby mamas, because we got a lot of baby mamas that might not know this. Give your baby some water. You know what I'm saying? These children growing up with deficiencies for life because they're in the development stage. You know, and another thing, shit, this is something I be saying. What happened to the good old days, speaking of babies, this segue, where you buy your children, your babies that is, some real shoes that learn how to walk in? What's up with these? It's got to go for the looks. You know, everybody buying these baby shoes. There's so many shoes babies got. And it's all for looks. They ain't supporting or nothing. And then you wonder why motherfuckers got feet problems at 25 years old. Like serious feet problems that they shouldn't be having until they're in their 50s or 60s. If y'all don't start putting them Stride Right baby shoes on these kids, and letting them learn how to walk in that, or don't put shoes on them at all when they're in the house. But later for these shoes that look cute, and then letting your children walk around. Hey, the first year or two, they should be in some Stri-Rights. Come on, y'all, get it together. Shit. Next time I see a kid with some shoes that look good and they walking around, I'm gonna look at the mama like, what the fuck? I do it anyway. I be like, what's wrong with you, bitch? You know what I'm saying? If you with the dad, I'm gonna say, what? And y'all daddies. I swear for Claude, they take everything in me to see these men out there with their babies. I'm glad to see that, though. I'm glad to see that part. But if you don't put a hat on your baby head this goddamn winter, shit, all year round, babies put a hat on their head. Shout out to all the newborns and babies in the world. Hey, somebody got to speak for y'all. Miss T will. T got your back. Anywho. Okay, now my computer want to act crazy and bring up stuff. But enough of that. So let me do a little housekeeping. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. If you've already subscribed, you don't need to do so at this time. You're already locked in. But do hit the like and share button every time you come in here. In other words, lean on that leads when you step into my easy. You know, basically hit the damn like button when you step into my square circle. And if you need to leave a comment after you watch the replay, do it. I read them all. I may listen if it sound right, if it sound good, sound reasonable. Also, if you have any questions about anything I say in the past, present, or potentially the future, then you can hit me up by leaving a comment or hit me up at boxingfanstalk@gmail.com. That's boxingfanstalk@gmail.com. That's my email. Also, y'all see this lovely Cash App on the side. Don't be afraid to cut a jig on the motherfucker. Boxing Fans Talk TV. That's Boxing Fans Talk TV. That's my Cash App. Don't be afraid to hit me up. You know, everything you give, I put back into the show. Thank you from the people in the past, present, and future for donating. It goes a long way and much appreciated. And last but not least, I come on Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. I don't give a care what the thumbnail tell you. Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Unless I ain't got shit to say, y'all. And sometimes my shows will be long, sometimes they'll be short. But I ain't gonna make up nothing just to be making up stuff. I'm not with the filibustering, you know what I'm saying? But ain't shit to talk about, ain't shit to talk about. You know, a day off is cool, it's fine by me. Like I said, fine by me. In my Oprah voice on Color Purple. But anywho, Our Money is in the building. He said, Miss T, what's going on? What's going on, Our Money? What's poppin', King? He said, Miss T, I can't believe I left out the women's card yesterday. PBC did not put on that Shield versus Marshall, nor Serrano versus Taylor. It's all good. It's all good, Our Money. We know that those were good fights. And we learn lessons. We have to look at these things and learn lessons from them. I'm going to say this. As far as women boxing is taking off, it's been taking off. It's kind of like, it's elevating a little bit more than yesteryears. It's a small, slow progression. But I'm saying, you know, when they find something that works, stick with it. I think any company, for that matter, that just start off, like even BLK, pick up area, stay with that until you really grow out of that area. So with women boxing, one thing I learned from watching the Serrano and Kaylee Taylor fight is New York is the place to launch women boxing. Stay there until you grow out of it. Don't try to travel the world and do all that nuanced stuff, because it works in New York. You got a versatile crowd there. You got people that's not stuck in their ways. And, you know, because some people ain't going to support them because they women. And some guys, they just don't like to see women fight. But then some guys do like to see women fight. You just got a lot of different opinions, a lot of different type people in one area. Don't move somewhere where everybody pretty much on the same page. This is why I think women boxing be stagnated. And I don't know the powers that be. I hope they listening. Stay in New York. What was it? Serrano and Taylor. They broke 1 million pay-per-view buys. 1 million. Earl Spence and Crawford haven't done that. None of the Charlos. You know, Canelo only broke 1 million with Triple G. Only with him. You see what I'm saying? Money is money. My money green, just like their money green. So our money, I'm with you. That was a hell of a fight. They need to stay where it works. Grow out of New York, because you know when you outgrowing stuff that you got to expand. But don't try to travel. Stick where it works. Where you got more versatile thinking people instead of closed-minded people when it comes to women boxing. Anything that's kind of like, not so much catching on. You stay in one place and you outgrow that place. To me, that's a winning strategy. Miss Fistiana Feist was popping, Queen. She said, hey, Queen. She said, hey, our money. He was like, hey, Fistiana. So y'all know I was on one yesterday with the marination thing. I'm still on it. It's so much. It's so much. It's so much. And I briefly talked about Jermell Charlo, right? The Charlos as a whole is getting messed over. But this is what I'm saying. Like, PBC doing them a disservice. They are. Nobody should get mad when I say that. It's just a fact. Jermell Charlo had those money issues. I didn't really talk too much about it because, it turned into domestic type, situation. So I fell back. I just couldn't report on everything with Jermell Charlo. I kind of let it go because of that situation. And but all of that money will bring out the worst in you, won't it? But they don't make no money. Again, I'm gonna keep pointing this shit out. It's another group of fighters who was looking at previous fighters, probably taking their cues, but wasn't interpreting what they were seeing correctly. They looked at the controversy that surround Mayweather, people like him all the time, and then they just walked around having manufactured anger, pissing people off, making people think they retarded and shit, or acting like a coon, and then it just was a turn off, and you shooed away your fans. When you went in on Deontay Wilder, the same people that was watching him, black people that is, was watching you. But if it's fuck him and his fans, fuck you. So they've been going through a lot of problems. I'm saying this because they are arbiters of or creators of the environment we fall into. I made a prayer over boxing community as a whole at large yesterday. And I was like, look, we got to get better going into the 2023 with this boxing shit. The lie is the truth and the truth is the lie. And motherfuckers shucking and jiving and cutting the jig and trying to pull the wool over niggas' eyes like we don't see what we see. But Jermell Charlo, you created this environment. You talk out the side of your neck. You embellish shit and you're not current with your information. ATL, I see you, boy, was popping, King. XO, I see you too, was popping, King. Was popping. E Thriller, the Black Picasso, was popping, King. He said, what up to the Queen, Miss T. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to all of y'all. Thanks for dropping in. But yeah, Jermell, I'm going backwards in time and I'm remembering when you said what you said about Tony Harris. Right? You remember that, Jermell? You remember how you wanted to tell the world and besmirch this dude's character and name and say that he was lying about his Achilles heel. Y'all remember a time these fighters could tell you they was injured and that was that? Took them at that word, what was done. That we wasn't pressed. Everybody stayed in their lane and all that, but we on this campaign now that we gotta besmirch people's characters and assassinate their characters. And if you the Charlos, you gotta walk around with manufactured outrage. Basically fugazi ass outrage made up. Where it come from. They great actors. If nothing else, Hollywood looking for them. So I'm just saying what in the hell? I didn't think that Tony Harris was scared of Jermell Charlo. I didn't think that he faked the injury, and he just said he was injured. He didn't say he'll never fight him. But Jermell, you put that out there. You gave people something to talk about. Did it destroy Tony Harris? No, but you didn't care what it did to his career. And now look at your ass. And that's the only reason I'm laughing, because I live by the book of cliches. Bring back the cliches. You know what I'm saying? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Ain't it though? What's up, Superman? I see you in the building. Was Poppin' King and Martin King boxing, and who else? Who else came through? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. You did that, you had no problem. So look what's going on with your ass now. Look at how karma turns around and returns the favor. XO Factor say, one love to the queen of boxing talk. Miss T, how are you, queen? I'm good, XO. The WBO issue, now, again, I be speaking facts, y'all, because I know some people think that it's just Miss T with her hatred of the PBC and her hatred of everything PBC. I don't hate the PBC. I told y'all yesterday, I want the PBC to do well. They got like 200 people under their stable depending on them and shit. Families looking at their mamas and dads and like, is everything gonna be good? Are we gonna eat this month? But Al Heyman in his own world, a.k.a. Bucks. I've named him Bucks. Bucky Beaver. Don't he look like that little beaver thing on the Bullwinkle show and shit? Bucks. That's what I named him. Earl Spence's husband. That was funny yesterday. Because if you wasn't here to hear the joke, I know ATL, you get on my nerves, T. ATL, you gotta admit, your boy said, me and Al like this, twisting his fingers. He said, whatever Al want, I trust him explicitly. I said, y'all guys always saying, that's some bitch shit to do. That's some bitch to do. Hey, don't Earl Spence do what bitches do? Give it all up to the man. Ain't that what we do, right? Ain't that what y'all say we do? You give it all up to the man. Whatever Al say, whatever my husband say. I was like, who's sucking who titties over here? Let me get off that. I got some calls last night like, T, cut the shit, T. But he give his career, he give everything to Al. Carte blanche. He just, here, Al, you my husband. You decide for the family. But anyway, the WBO issued to Jermell Charlo a medically certification letter requiring an explanation of his injury and recovery. Again, this is not Miss T. This is the WBO. I don't have that kind of power, y'all. I'm telling the truth. I read this today explicitly. This is true. The XL Factor said, Moolah, one love, bro. E Thriller said, what up to the Queen Miss T? Salute to everybody, okay? And he said, ATL, one love, bro. They y'all speaking to each other. My bro E3, the Black Picasso in the building was good, bro. And then ATL hollering at the Black Picasso. Superman said, Bud and EJ taking turns sunning Jermell. That's a good one, Superman. They ain't. I'm that. What he said? I'm that. That baby pappy. Jermell broke his hand from holding EJ's nuts non-stop for over 1 year. Let me see if it affected his hands. I got his picture, Superman. Let me see if his hands fucked up from holding them nuts for a year. Let me see. Where's fist ball though? Jermell had to get a WBO medical note to catch a breathers. Hey, Superman, you see his hand balled up? That's EJ, y'all. That's EJ, the nutcracker. Y'all know I'ma call it. And tell somebody to start calling him for them low blows. And technically, y'all, that is a shot at her. I do jokes, but I don't, I ain't gonna lie on the man. But his hand do look fucked up, Superman. I see what you're saying. Point taken. The XO Factor. Miss Tiana say, eat Thriller. Dan Tan was popping, King. He said, salute Queen. XO Black Picasso. BC. What up, XO Ficiana? Young Moolah. ATL salutes. Everybody speaking to each other. Monica said, what's great chat listening? Smash the like button. What up, Dan Tan? What up, Superman? ATL. Everybody talk to each other. Okay. So y'all heard me say the letter was required by the WBO. The WBO is probably on some shit like, yo, look, we ain't playing around. But you know how people get when they get close to the new year. People get more serious and more dug in, like, what they supposed to do and doing the right thing and everything around the new year, like basically new year resolutions. We'll see, how long that lasts. I hope that they are serious because it seems like the WBO ain't playing no games. And basically what the WBO is asking is basically a detailed report. Now, their fight was due on January 28, 2023. Now, Charlo, all that, remember this? You need to shut up and humble yourself. Be a challenger sometime. Nigga, you fighting at the Michelob Ultra Arena? Man, I thought you was somebody. And you over here fighting at the Michelob Ultra Arena in Vegas. Okay. Now they say his fight is postponed. Now we can see that. You go to any boxer schedule, that is true. No date though. And I'm gonna call it cancel. That's another thing we gotta get back to, like with the English language. We letting some true meaning in the English language slide, and it ain't motherfucking fair. It ain't right. Nigga, when you said postpone back in the day when I was young, you had a follow-up date with that shit. That's what I always thought postpone meant. Maybe something wrong with me. Maybe something wrong with my memory. I mean, I'm not in dementia. I'm not in Alzheimer. I'm not that damn old yet. But I do not all the way remember that when you said you postponed some shit, you had a follow-up date. But if you cancel some shit, there ain't no follow-up date. It's finito. And that's what this fight is, finito. Which I said yesterday, it also proves that this whole notion about PBC with their money issues and their pending problems of network issues, as Errol Spence say, a man with no land, is true. Because you got your boy Tony Harris saying, I'll be your huckleberry. I will be your huckleberry. Tony Harris is already put out that he'll go ahead and fight Tim Tzu. Tim Tzu has kind of put out that he'll take a fight while he waiting on Charlo ass. So, see, to me, PBC, you had it made. Slide Tony Harris in and keep the party going? Why fuck up everybody else's night? Why destroy the people that's on the undercard night? They was about to get a payday, but you canceled it. You want to call it postponement. You know, you talking out the side of your neck. I read every word in the article. It talks about postponement and all this stuff, and it's all talking good until you get to the very end, and it says no date has been set. That's canceled, nigga. Learn your English words. You know what I'm saying? Postponement and cancel might seem similar, but they're not. One means we're gonna come back to this at a later date, and the other one means we're done. And this fight is done. Ain't no makeup test. It's done. So why you just couldn't slide Tony in? He was ready. Tony said he ready. Tony Harris said he ready. He'll do the fill-in. Y'all don't have the money. That's what y'all need to understand. PBC don't have the money, y'all. And I've been saying, give it to the mid-January. You know what people said to me? I don't know. They fight just as hard for PBC like they fight for the Charlos or Earl Spence. Oh, no, you don't know what I'm talking about. Say, look, if PBC don't have no place to showcase their fighters, why would you sign with them? Ain't nobody gonna ever know you. Remember, and peep game, watch the hypocrisy now. I'm telling you ahead of time. Every time you stick a microphone in one of these fighters' face or somebody from the PBC, did you see the Crawford fight? Nah, I ain't see the Crawford fight. I might have saw the highlights. Nigga, you saw the fight. Stop your lying. It's almost that same adage as I was talking about with, have y'all noticed, y'all remember when PBC first came online, everybody said, I like to thank Al Heyman. And I said, before your mama, nigga? Before God? You like to thank Al Heyman? What about the people that helped you up and helped you out while you was getting ready for your fights when you had no money? Because it costs money to eat. It costs money to live somewhere. And when you ain't making no money, you relying on the kindness of strangers, whether they're your parents or not. If your big grown behind self is living at home, I can tell you right now, if my son wanted to box, we'd be cutting the deal, but like, nigga, how long you want to stay here? Tell me your plan, and I'm going to hold them to the plan. You don't think parents out there doing that? Y'all know the story of Jerry Hurd? He stayed with his family till he was ready, but his parents was cool with it. He came to them like a grown-up and said, hey, you know, I'm trying to do this and do that. I'm not ready yet, da-da-da-da. And went on with his boxing career. So they aided in helping their child with his career. No different than parents helping their kids with going off to college and stuff like that. But the point is, if Al ain't getting you no money, how the fuck, you know, what the hell? He don't got no money, y'all. This is why these fighters are fighting once a year. Your favorite fighters, Earl Spence, Charlos, they barely fight. All of them fight. Name all the top fighters at PBC. They barely fought once a year. I told y'all all throughout the weeks why that is. It's because the empty suits over there keep putting themselves first, as if we paying money, digging in our pockets to see bucks and shit. We don't want to see Al Heyman. The fuck we want to see him for? We want to see the people on this roster, but he doing his fighters a disservice. He kept saying that. But you know, Charlo, like you said, one of y'all said her been holding Charlo nuts. Or Charlo been holding Earl nuts. Vice versa. This is how I describe him. Al Heyman is Earl Spence's husband. Now, I'm in no way, shape, or form calling the Charlos or Earl Spence gay, but I'm saying he is husband in the sense of how y'all say ideally how a husband and wife should be. Shouldn't the wife defer to her husband? Well, you got to ask my husband that. He makes the decisions of this house. He makes the financial decisions of this house. Then her husband said, me and Al like this, and he decides everything. I leave it up to Al. Then they say that he never showed up to the negotiations. He don't do none of that, but it's his career. I talked to y'all yesterday about responsibility and accountability. It's his career, but he leaves it up to Al Heyman. I like, man, are they married? Which one's the girl? Which one's the boy? That's what I was saying. Nothing to do with actual intimacy, y'all. Get y'all head out together. Now, if Al Heyman is Earl Spence' husband, then Jermell Charlo must be Earl Spence' side piece. I know, I'm cold, but they act like it. And y'all can't get mad because half of y'all dudes be in there. I mean, you act like a bitch. You act like that. But they acting like it. They acting like husband and wife and side piece. They acting like it. This nigga had a nerve to say, when Terrence Crawford said, I'm going to fight Charlo. No, you ain't fighting Charlo. I was like, oh, shit, that's a side piece. Dan Tan, somebody can't box. Hey, Tia, you know it's funny too. Y'all know it's funny. I mean, am I lying? Is that a good analogy? Yeah, I ain't lying, man. I know I ain't lying. Salute, Ether. Superman said, EJ, Yellow Beezy, and Heyman jumped in the car to spin the block because Bud crossed the street and was looking for smoke. EJ stopped to pick up Jermell and warned him to stay away from Bud. Shocking stuff. EJ said, nah, nigga, that's my bottom bitch. You ain't about to fuck her. This shit, less than I say so. And Bud like, why folk come I can't fight this man when the rules say I can make a straight beeline to him. Follow the rules, nigga. And EJ said, cause I said so. I'm tired of y'all talking shit. Better put some respect on my name. That's my side piece. I'm just saying, like the Adrian Broner and Paulie Maldonado argument in a sense when they was about to fight. Silas Kane, salute. PGA's Big Dog was Papa King, one of my day ones. Silas King said, call Al. That's his husband, man. I'm telling y'all. I'd be like, damn, married or something? PGA's Big Dog, salute, fam. He said, wow, that's a new low. Why you disrespect 3 black men like that? I ain't disrespect nothing. If y'all not disrespecting black women when y'all be calling us bitches and say, that's not disrespecting. That happens all the time. I said they're acting like it, and I was clear, PGA. See, PGAs don't take this and take this ball and run with it and be fumbling all day long. You putting 2 and 2 together and getting 5. I never said they gay, and in fact, I made sure to say this ain't no gay shit. I said what they're acting like. You can't tell me I ain't been in America all these years and I ain't seen what people call ideal and what people prefer and what how it really is. And you trying to tell me that I'm reaching when I say ideally in a patriarchal society, it would be ideally for women to defer to their husband for everything. Like that's not what the man would want. That's not how it normally goes. You have to ask my husband. He makes the final decisions of this household. He make the financial decisions of this household. I have to talk it over with my husband. My husband ain't gonna want me to do that. Nigga, I've been living here too long and seen this shit too much to act like that is not a reality for some folks or a preferred reality for a lot. That's what I'm saying, PGH. When you give a nigga carte blanche, you don't even do that with your parents. Anybody who got grown children or children who have transitioned into adulthood can tell you, they be divorcing you so quickly once they get 18. They don't want to do what you say. They don't want to listen to nothing you say. They be closing their ears even on the good shit. And you be like, boy, you stubborn as hell. But now you a grown man, you don't listen to your mom and your daddy. You damn sure ain't gonna listen to your woman. But you carte blunt everything, your career, to this man who ain't, what he do for you? He won't even pay you what you worth. But you carte blunt, meaning you just defer all your business, your career, all the way over to this man with no hesitation. You will never do that to a woman. Never. But you'll do that to a guy. You trust this so much, you turn your career, not his, all the way over to him. You won't even show up for negotiations. And I can't ask the question, who the man and who the woman in this relationship? ATL said, you heard what he said. Y'all heard what the hell I said. Man, damn stuff. Dan 10 said, they're a close-knit group over there at PPC. Now, so we clear, PGH. I ain't calling nobody gay. But then, when Terrence speaking actual facts, you know, one can dream, can't he? Hey, I want to fight Charlo too. And technically, the way the rules are set up, not rules that Terrence made, not rules that Boxing Fans Talk TV made, not rules that none of y'all in the chat made, he could get a beeline straight to Charlo because he the WBO super champion. And your boy Earl jump in and say, nah, you gonna fight me first. Nah, like you guarding the pussy or something. I mean, what you want me to say about that? What do you want me to say about that? Because unless y'all ready to tell me that is some kind of law that I'm not aware of, or rule that I'm not aware of, that Errol Spence have dominion over Charlo or Terrence Crawford. I'm not aware of it, but do let me know, because I'm just saying I'm not aware. He gonna beat Bud like a side bitch or get beat. Salute at ATL. He said, I sure hope Spence on the passenger side when he spin the block. Yeah. What's up, Yogi? Dr. Yogi is in the house. What's poppin', Queen LMC? Stopping by to support. Thank you, Queen. ATL like Dr. Yogi, salute. Dan Tan, what you mean he is the baby seat in the back? Dan Tan. He said, hello, ATL, unanimous boxer, salute, and salute King. Yeah, so let me get back to what WBO say, because it ain't Miss C. Because I know y'all gonna be like, oh, Miss C, you breaking it up. So he was gonna fight at the Michelob shot. Let that sink in. Mr. I am the Shiznicks. And it's not postponed, it's canceled. So let's use our words right. Because ain't no forwarding date. Now, we know that Jermell Charlo had came out and tried to prove his point. I can't say whether or not he lying or not. I'm not into it like that. I'm saying give him what he give out, though. I do believe in whatever. If you that good or feel that good about giving something to somebody, then you should feel good about taking it back. So since you can be out here talking about people and they lying, then you lying, bitch. So prove it. So he got 5 days to prove his point, to prove that he really do got an injury. And they serious, y'all. This is serious business. I've never heard them move like this, but apparently that they have done this to other fighters. They did it to Castano for him. So they returning the favor. This is what I mean, Jermell Charlo. Like this, you create this environment, you getting it. Let's see how you like it. Now, I'm not going to say Jermell Charlo out there crying and saying he could be in the background, but he got to be sitting there looking like, damn, this is what I mean. What is wrong with y'all dudes? putting your foot in your mouth. They did this for Casano on his behalf when there was a delay. Remember when there was a delay with Tony Harris? Oh, you lying, you ain't injured. And now look at what they doing to him. He got to go through it, and they putting it hard on. They how you say it, full court press. Thriller, they putting the full court press on him. He came out with the proof, with the cast on his hand, and the doctor out the comic books, Mr. Chow Chan or whatever the dude's name is. I fucked up his name. I'll fix it later. But he got a weird name like that. But anywho, and then after he came out and tried to show his, prove his case that, hey, this is a legitimate thing, the WBO said, shit, 24 hours after that, the WBO was like, yo, you got 5 days to bring us what we need. We're not going by that fugazi shit that you putting out. Now I'm adding my stank to it, of course. But that's how I envision the WBO talking to him. And he said, so what he got to do is show the injury, the findings, the recovery prognosis, and his orthopedic specialist opinion, and when can he be cleared to fight again. And you got to send all of that to the WBO by January 1st. That ain't Miss T's orchestration. That's, hey, you create this type of world for others, you got to live in it now. Karma, you can call it karma. This order was sent by the WBO Championship Committee Chairman. His name is Luis Batista Salas. I figure I give y'all the name so you can know it's official. And he said he put this in a formal letter to TGB Promotion in an official letter. And Boxing Scene has a copy of it. So if y'all think I'm making this shit up, y'all go do y'all own research. Like I said, he got to January 1st to provide this proof. They apparently got a list of things they could do. I did not read anywhere where they said, we're going to take his belts. But I would imagine his WBO belt can be in jeopardy now. And you hear me say, I will imagine. I did not read anywhere where they said, if he don't provide proof, we're going to strip him. But they said he will go before a board and some things going to be happening. He going to go before a board and some furniture going to be moving. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be some furniture moving if he don't provide this shit. Now, his doctor is a Dr. Vincent Chalpan. Vincent Chalpan. I don't know if he real or fake. But I almost broke into an old school rap. It was already written, done and said, so you can stay 2 steps. Let me shut up. But anyway, his doctor, Dr. Vincent Chalpan. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. His doctor described his injury as a left scaphoid fracture and number 5th metacarpal base fracture. And all his doctor said he is to refrain from like upper body type stuff that's gonna require him to move that hand and wrist for 2 months. That's all they said. That's what Charlo came out with. And WBO was like, stop the press, pump your brakes. You got to come with more than that. So that just happened. And meanwhile, in between time, you got Top Rank putting on the fight card. Who knew? Top Rank ain't gonna let that day go to waste because you got better BF versus Yard at the OVO Arena in Wembley in London on January 28th, 2023. And you can catch that if you overseas on BT Sports in the UK. But it will be presented live on ESPN Plus. And I think it's for the free, so they ain't say it was pay-per-view. That's going to be a hell of a fight right there. Berturbiev and Yarde. It's a Frank Warren production in Queensbury associated with Top Rank. Now, look at that. Top Rank had to come through and save the day. They don't have no money, y'all. PBC is crumbling. When y'all gonna get with it? When some of y'all gonna get with it? Y'all think that people just want to see TBC up there. But here's the hypocrisy what I want y'all to watch out for. As I said, have y'all noticed, just like people used to say, I like to thank Al Heyman, that if you stick a microphone in most of these fighters these days' face, they're gonna say, "No, I ain't see Terrence Crawford. I didn't never see Terrence Crawford fight. I didn't watch his fight. I couldn't." Like they was busy that night. Like, oh, he was fighting. Oh, like he's so insignificant. The hate of it all. Now, either that shit is orchestrated, well planned, or it is the biggest coincidence I've ever seen in my life. A man who could spend number 1 or 2 on a pound for pound list for the last 5 years, as great as he is, the things that he has accomplished, and they know he good. Everybody who want to get in the ring with him want it for like a big payout, you know, because he that damn good, because they know he high risk as hell. You know, he got one of the belts. He might not got all 3, but he got one of the belts. And none of y'all see him. Then you talk to people, Earl Camp, his friends, I ain't watching that shit. And then Earl, I didn't see it. Oh, like this a regular night. But every time them niggas get in the ring, oh, you got to be glued to your seat in front of the TV. Of course you seen the Earl fight. Of course you seen a Boots fight. Of course you seen everybody else fight. But y'all never watch Terrence. He that damn good. He scared y'all that damn much. And Earl Spence, I heard about you taking down your merchandise that got strap season. I don't know how true it is, but I heard that, you know, a little birdie said you taking down your fucking merchandise with strap season because you ain't really living that strap season life. Now, I mean, if it's true, it's true. I'm telling you, I heard it. So, see, I ain't said it as a fact. All right, ATL, don't get on me now. I ain't never said it was a fact. I said I heard. You know, they said he taking it down because he ain't living up to strap season. But I find it real peculiar that all these fighters never watch whatever. Then you got people like, oh man, the propaganda is starting. I read an article today. I was going to speak on it, but I couldn't because the propaganda was so fucked up. He was talking about Boots and it's coming for Terrence Crawford now. And I was like, I'm not going to sit here and say that Boots don't want to fight Terrence or Terrence might not want to fight Boots. I don't know. I don't know. But what I can say, his Boots in his actions says all day he want to fight Earl. What I can say, if Earl don't make it happen by May 7th, Earl will be IBF-less. You see how I made that word up? IBF-less. He won't have an IBF belt. Because it'll be gone. If he don't fight Keith Thurman, he ain't going to have a WBA and WBC belt. Maybe that's why he took down strap season, y'all. Maybe that's a hint and a half that he's actually going to try to move up. But just because he move up, man, that's his choice. We can't never take away that he was a unified champion. But if he moves up, it don't mean he gets head of line privilege with Charlo. You can't be ranked in the top, like taking other people's place, and you never fought at 154. Now you're going to get another taste of your medicine, the environment that you created. Number one, that's old shit. That's what people going to say. We don't want to hear about your unified championships. That's old shit when you move up. You know, what have you done for me lately? That's what they going to be saying at 154. Ain't nobody letting you cut the line. They don't give a damn about that. PBC ain't no hardcore machine no more. You got fighters jumping ship all the time. I think Barbershop Conversation going to be talking about one of them tonight. So, I mean, I tried to told y'all. Y'all be living in a fantasy and shit. You know, like I said. And I know, like I said, I tried to told y'all type thing. I don't get enjoyment out of somebody crumbling, but I get enjoyment out of people eating their words. I get enjoyment out of debunking liars. I get enjoyment out of people having to turn back around and explain the unexplainable. That's what I get enjoyment out of. So all that talk, y'all couldn't hold PBC accountable. PBC didn't do right by their fighters. They ain't do right by Earl Spence. Y'all couldn't hold them accountable. And now look what's happening. You already see what's happening. It's happening to Charlo. How the fuck are you the undisputed junior middleweight champion of the world? I think you the first to ever do it, in fact. And they ain't got no money to pay you, shawty. Silence Kane says, salute Queen. Dr. Yogi, I need a doctor just playing. You good? Hey, y'all, hey, Silence, you ain't gotta say, I'm playing. Dr. Yogi she got the medicine. She got what you need. ATL, peace, bro. Silence King, salute King. ATL said limited edition, stop playing. L Dub said, what's good? What's good, L Dub? The 120 days start after Spence next fight, not after Boots fight, January 7th. Now, from what I heard, it said after Boots fight. That's what Bozy said. But L Dub, you know, I refer to you because you be on it. But it can't start after Boots, which kind they said, Bozy said out his mouth after their fight, you know. But you know what? I'll go back because you said it, L Dub. I'll go back and listen. Because, you know, L Dub is, you know, on that shit. Activist, what's poppin', King? He said, what's going on, y'all? He said, who would like to see replace Charlo? Who would like to see replace Charlo and fight Tzu fight on January 28th? They are trying to keep that date. L Dub, see, okay, there's two things me and you disagreeing. I read the article. They don't have a date. That thing is canceled. Now, let's say come back and reopen it. That thing is canceled. But Tony Harris said he would step in. I don't care whoever's froggy enough, I would say, L Dub, to want to step in and fight Tim Tzu. Because Tzu said he's okay with trying to fight somebody else. But I read the article that it said postpone, but they should have used the word cancel because there is no follow-up date. It's done. They're not keeping that date. PBC ain't got the money. He said Bozy said after Spencer. He said Boots fight January 7th. I'm gonna look it up. You definitely know I'm gonna look it up. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, y'all. But I was like, what? Because I wasn't even expecting it. I been saw that he petitioned the IBF. They got the Ortiz and Stanionis fight. You know, Boots been waiting patiently. You know, Spence supposed to fight in February. There's no paperwork that I'm aware of that have said that fight is canceled. What about that, y'all? That hasn't been put out neither. For all we know, is that the deadline as far as the WBA and the WBC, they both agreed, will be February for Keith Thurman and Spence. Spence have an accident saying his leg hurt. That's all. Ain't no paperwork. We don't even know if they originally signed the contract. We just know that there's an order. So, I'm just saying, in the end of the day, he bottlenecking, as I said yesterday. He's bottlenecking. PBC, probably mid-January, we're going to hear if they even have a network. We're waiting on Paramount to say what they're going to do with Showtime. That's what we're waiting on. What exactly they're going to do. But from all intents and purposes, from what they've been saying and how they've been leaning, they done with Showtime Boxing. They don't give a care how Al Heyman feels. They don't care about Spence. They don't care about none of the boxers. It's not about that for Paramount. Paramount is just doing their regular business. To them, Showtime Boxing loses money. It's about the bottom line for them. So if PBC don't have a network because they don't got Fox, I already told you what somebody tried to do with that one. Try to sneak an old article under new pretense. I already busted that wide open. September 4th, 2022, the article talking about the Fox deal with PBC. If you read it, they talking about their old deal. And they got the dates and everything. But somebody tried to pass it off because all they knew is people going to say Fox inked the deal, $60 million. And that's all people going to run with. And they going to see September 4th, 2022. And the end of the day, that deal was done last year. So, I'm just saying. General Big Fish is in the building with the popcorn. What's poppin', King? What's poppin'? I'm just saying. Tony Harris said he would step in. That fight canceled. Hey, I ain't do it. Don't get mad at me, y'all. I ain't do it. I ain't break his hand neither. I didn't create no environment where every time somebody say they injured, they fucking lying. Especially if they injured and they supposed to have been fighting Charlo's or Spencer, somebody golden child at the PBC. They lying. But PBC never lies. PBC fighters never lies. I didn't create that environment. So the environment you create is the one you gotta live in. I didn't give my manager, not my daddy, not my trainer, my manager, carte blanche over my whole career. We all know what responsibility and accountability. Ask Dr. Yogi. Dr. Yogi, what do responsibility and accountability? Where does that lie? Does that lie with your manager? Or does that lie with you, yourself? How does that work, Dr. Yogi? Ask the doctor. Responsibility and accountability lies with you. No matter what people do to you. You have a, trust me, I know. It's a hard pill to swallow. I had to swallow it many times over. No matter what I can say somebody did to me, in the end of the day, my health and well-being and everything about me, my career, is my responsibility and mine alone. I got to make the decision. That means if you, they tell you in politics, you know, in order for you to affect change, you got to have a seat at the table. Well, fuck, you can't have a seat at the table in your own life. You defer that. You delegate a seat at the table in your own life and career to somebody else. And you want me to act like they not acting like husband and wives? You jumping in the way of your friend who legitimately has chosen boxing as his career and legitimately falls under the rules of boxing like everybody else. So a challenger can say, hey, I want to fight you next. And you jump in the way and was like, no, you can't fight. Like you have some kind of dominion over the person who's trying to challenge him or the fighter himself, your friend. And you jump in the way and say, no, if anybody can fight him, it's going to be me. Like, where you get that power from? And you want me to act like that don't look like some side piece shit? I know my analogy is on point. That's how I'm looking at it. And if anybody takes from this, because I'm being clear that I'm talking about they gay, then you wrong. You wrong, because I'm not saying that. It's a little tongue-in-cheek jokes, but I'm not nowhere, in no way, shape, or form saying that about any of those men. Never have ever thought that. So don't take that and try to run with it and try to make it bigger than what it is, because that's not what I'm saying. He did act like that's a side piece. I don't know where you get that kind of power to interject. The law and the rule is on Bud's side if he want to fight Charlo. If that's the pursuit he want to go to. If that's how he want to pursue it. The law and the rules is on his side. What you talking about, Earl? And now Jermell Charlo, you famously be out there telling people they lying and they got an injury and shit, and they lying about their injuries, and now people holding your feet to the fire. And there's people upset about this. I'm not. I didn't ask for it neither. But it was certainly given to us. The link is in the chat if y'all see something different. If y'all look at it differently than me. That's how I see it. And here they had a perfect good date. And now Frank Warren and Queensberry and Top Rank is going to utilize that date for their fight, which is a good card. I don't even know the whole card, Berturbiev and Yardy, but just that fight right there is good enough, and it's on ESPN Plus for the free. Missed opportunity, PBC. Said PBS. It's missed opportunity, but you can't help it, PBC. You don't have the budget, you don't have the money, and you probably know that by then Showtime boxing will be closed for business anyway. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't know. I don't think I am. But I told you guys, I said it, mid-January. I showed y'all the schedule. And let me just show it again, just in case folks try to be like, what you talking about, Willis? So look. Boxing schedule. When have you ever seen this page be that short? Can everybody see that? Everybody said, what about Tank Davis? He got a card. That's January 7th. That's before mid-January. Then you got ESPN Plus. You got Sky Sports. I don't even know who this DeCarlis is. Then you got ESPN again. And then Jermell Charlo. You see it say postpone. You mean cancel, because there's no follow-up date. And then you see BLK Prime coming in February. That is your boxing schedule. You know who we don't see on here? We don't see the Zone, which is weird. Wonder what's going on with that. But we don't see Fox. We don't see them. We don't see Fox at all. Now, we have already been told that Fox and PBC is done. There was no other person fighting with Fox. Fox didn't have a contract with Golden Boy. Fox didn't have a contract separately with Mayweather. Fox didn't have a contract with Top Rank. Fox didn't have a contract with Eddie Hearn or Frank Warren or all them other promoters that's out there. They didn't have a contract with them. Fox was pretty much showing only PBC fighters. Do you see the dates locked in for PBC fighters? Now, mind you, these networks, they be giving a budget to PBC, so it's not like Al and Floyd and them pulling money out their pocket. They getting the budget from the network to put the show on. So you don't see them up there. That means ain't no network, ain't no budget. as rich as Al Heyman is and Floyd is, Mr. Billionaire, man, they not paying these fighters. That the hypocrisy gonna be when you see everybody for the PBC and all that be champion all of a sudden of apps. Watch how big and important apps become. Because you know they won't shit in this last little bit of time. They haven't been shit. You know, fuck a app. You know what I'm saying? That's what people been saying. And I think it's because Terrence Crawford, you know, the black man, the infamous black man, you know, had to deal with an app company. Their app became a bad word. Terrence Crawford, you better not drink milk. Because, you know, that's going to be a bad thing, too. You got to be careful what he touching. He better not drive a Lamborghini. Because then that's going to be a terrible car to have. I mean, that's how it seemed to be the way, in my opinion. But watch how apps become important. Then you got Marv Nation out there, I told you, bidding, you know, jumping at the bits to say, hey, you know, I'll be y'all Huckleberry. The same Marv Nation that bounced a check for Regis Progress. And then you got BLK out there, the same one that just did a fight with Terrence Crawford. And no matter how you feel about BLK, what can you say about them? They did broadcast the fight when they say they was, how they say they was. And most important of all, and I know I can get an amen on this one, they paid their fighters what they said they would. And on time. Their fighters didn't have to wait. Hell, they got probably most of it up front before the fight. They ain't had to worry about getting a check that bounced or any of that. So you got two apps out there that's already said, hey, I'll be the Huckleberry. Which one you think PBC gonna pick? What network is PBC gonna try to go after? Because Fox done, Showtime done, HBO ain't coming back. So who is it gonna be? ESPN? The one that Earl said, I'll never fight on ESPN. Never say never. Remember how he said that shit with all that vigor? I'll never fight on ESPN. I was like, damn, what ESPN do to you? But then I would see him on interviews on ESPN. It was kind of confusing to me. Cause I was like, why you say it with your chest? What was that about? We're going to see if you'll never fight on ESPN. But you think Al going to smooth over and squeeze over so you guys can fit in? I mean, not Al, Bob Arum, you think he going to squeeze over so Al can fit in, so Bucks can get in there? Bob Arum is not going to do Al Heyman no favors. In case y'all didn't know, Bob Arum can't stand Al Heyman. You can tell that with a passion. You know what I'm saying? So, what he gonna do? How he gonna get in there? Who is ESPN belonging to? Not belonging to. That's a bad choice of words. Cause they their own entity. They don't need Bob Arum. Shit, Bob Arum should be kissing their ass. But they are in bed with Bob Arum. They got a contract with Bob Arum, and Bob Arum does them a solid and satisfy whatever requirements they need because they still in contract with each other. But so everybody got territorial when they didn't have to be. Everybody talked about cross sides of the streets and shit like that when it didn't have to be. And now, Al Heyman, you look like you need somebody. You need a friend. But you ain't gonna get shit from Bob. I can promise you that. And I highly doubt Eddie's sneaky ass will ever do something for you. Because Eddie is the same dude that every time you put on a card, he shits on your card. He shits on everybody's card, to be fair. But he shits on your card a lot. He'll do a card on the same day you doing the card. Like, I'll be like, Eddie, goddamn. It's enough dates out here for everybody, right? Let's see Hannah say amen. He said, Miss T. I think that's a phone or a fax machine or something. What's that, E-Thriller? But yeah, what he gonna do? And now, all your fighters are suffering from you guys' stubbornness, mischievous ways, malicious intent, nefarious intent. You guys are suffering from it. You got the undisputed middleweight champion who was scheduled to fight at the Michelob Arena. At the Michelob stand outside of the where there would be plenty of Coke 45 being passed around. Oh, Ethan said, "Fact machine, you cook it." Yeah, thank you, bro. The Michelob Arena, shawty. Then y'all tease somebody else. E-Thriller, somebody help me out. Who fought at the Michelob Arena where it was jokes about it. It was being joked about. Like, basically putting the person down. You fighting at the Michelob Arena, That be PBC people. And PBC fighters that thinking they're, high on the horse. Or as we say in Virginia, you got their ass on their back or their shoulders, so how we say it. And then you got this dude. Come on now, he the first to ever do it at middleweight. Y'all ain't got no money for this nigga. That's what it is. You wasn't selling no tickets, and you can verify that shit too. Y'all wasn't selling no tickets. Weeks in advance, they went on sale. Y'all wasn't selling no tickets. And then you pull the fight. Was Jermell Charlo in one of his grown man tantrums and he threw a punch at the wall and that's how he broke his hand? I can't tell y'all right here, right now, that he lying about his hand being broken. I can tell you ain't nobody believing his ass. That's what I can say. And I can only say that because I'm looking at the WBO. They putting the screws to his ass. They like, hey, nigga, we don't care about that la-di-da picture you just showed with the cast on your hand. That could be a fake. We don't care what Mr. Chop Hand had to say. Ain't that Aerosmith's doctor too? We don't care what he got to say. This dude only advice was refrain from upper body lifting and then doing stuff with your upper body. And you broke your hand in two places. The fifth metacarpal, a left scaphoid fracture. Two places your hand is fractured. And that's all he said, stay away from the heavy lifting. That's what he got to say. And then the WBO come back and say, nah, we need more details than that, shawty. Fuck you thought. You know what I'm saying? We put Castano through this because you, when he had a delay. Because let you tell it. Everybody lying but your ass. Humble yourself. Shut up. Take less money. Be a challenger sometime. Won't you be a challenger sometime? Now you gotta eat your words. Your fight won't even worth saving. Think about it. You got other people depending on you. Other people on that card who probably ain't been fighting for God knows how long. We don't even know who owned your car. We know your car won't selling. Now that's a fact. But now they was gonna get a fight. Maybe they would have got a prize. Cause you know sometimes at PBC you don't even get a prize. I don't know how they do that. Now that's an amazing feat to pull off. Is prize fighting, but you have fighting with no prize. Only in PBC, only in Emerald City, as I call it, because that's what PBC is. PBC is the Wonderful Wizard of Oz. That's what Al Heyman is. He's the Wizard of Oz. And in the city in which they live is Emerald City. Like I said, I put the link in the chat if y'all wanted to pay the business. Y'all know I'm speaking the truth. And again, if you don't believe me, you can go look at Boxing Scene. They got a copy of the official letter from the WBO. Miss T ain't making it up. And I will be checking up what Bozy said, because I didn't hear no after Spence fight. I heard after Boost fight. And Boost is fighting January 7th. And he said you got 120 days. Now everybody want to put that in the summer and the fall and all this shit. 120 days from when Boost gonna fight is taking me to May 7th. And I asked y'all yesterday, if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. L-Dub said it's not that. It's from when Spence fight. Why would we go by when Spence fight? We don't even know when Spence fighting. How that even sound? How that even sound? Spence been ordered to fight Keith Thurman. We all know Spence do not want to fight Keith Thurman. Never have. We was all sitting around just biting at the nails, waiting to see how he gonna pull this off. How he gonna get out of this one without looking crazy. Because, I mean, real talk, I don't think that Spence would lose to Thurman, but he don't want to fight him. So now he got this accident, and I'm not saying the accident didn't happen or it's fugazi. There's only a couple of things I point out about that accident. You pretty much come through an accident unscathed when you get thrown from a car. Okay, fine. You get an eye injury that usually ends people's career or sit people down in the grass in boxing, but not you. Okay, fine. And now you ride in a bulletproof car and you got leg injury. You got injuries. I found that amazing. But okay, I'll take you at your word for it. If nothing else about Spence's accident, it's convenient. Can't say it's not. Because he can ride that excuse till the wheels fall off. He can postpone or push back, or to give him time where he don't have to pony up and sign for that fight. But hey, I haven't heard the WBC or the WBA come back and say, hey, you know what, Spence? You know you had that accident. You know what, bro? Don't worry about it. The order is still in effect. If you don't fight him by their deadline, according to them, you are stripped. Now you a one belt champion. What did Derek James say? Yesterday's prices is not today's prices. If Errol Spence gets stripped, Derek James, I want you to eat them words. You think I'm wishing for Errol Spence to get stripped? Nah, I'm not wishing. I'm wishing for him to fight Terrence Crawford. You think Terrence Crawford gonna beat Errol Spence 100%? I'm not 100% sure in that. I lean towards Terrence Crawford to win that fight. Errol Spence is an elite fighter. There's no buts in it. We just want to see that fight. But now, thanks to their shucking and jiving and cutting the jig and maneuvering and trying to be incognito and do things on the slide, you backed yourself into a corner. And that 4-lane traffic highway that you was going to ride there and catch a favor just turned into one lane. And it turned into one lane for your buddy, too. Because Jermell Charlo, you got to prove yourself. Now, if January 5th come and he haven't sent that information, why y'all think that would be? Where there's smoke, there's fire sometimes. I'm patient enough to wait because January 5th is next week. So if motherfucker don't, if he don't send that shit, what we gonna say then about Charlo? You was lying. Why was you lying? Were you scared of Tim Tzu? Nah, scared and Charlo. I'll never even I never even go there with him. I don't think he's scared. I don't even think he's scared. I think at times anybody can be cautious. But scared, hell no, not Charlo, not Jermell. And really only one person I think he can be cautious is with Terrence Crawford, but I don't think he's scared of Terrence. Never that. I'll give him more credit than that. But this guy Al Heyman and them written on it because why? Why do I come to that conclusion? Not because I'm following Fred from Barbershop Conversation, but I'm looking at the tea. I'm following the money. But that's where you're going to get the answers. You canceled the event. You could have easily put somebody else in there. Tony Harris is saying, me. You could have put him in there. And there's countless of others that have been ready to fulfill this place just to get a quick paycheck. But you canceled it. You call it a postponement, but you have no follow-through dates. It's canceled. That's why the WBO is acting like they acting and saying, no, give us more details and give us proof. So I'm just saying. That's why I come to the conclusions I come to. But I'm going to move on. Another story I was looking at was the Lomachenko and Devin Haney. I'm going to go ahead and say this now. I would love to hear everybody's take on the Lomachenko and Devin Haney pending fight. I'm going to go ahead and call and say Lomachenko ain't the same. I never was a big time Lomachenko fan or a hater. I don't hate him. I'm not a big time fan. And, I would have been pulling for Devin either way. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to call it and say he ain't the same. He's 34 years old. I can see a difference in him when T.O. beat him. Age kick in for people in different times, and And for me, I can see it kicked in on him with the T.O. fight. The Lomachenko, who was the Matrix and all that, T.O. shouldn't have never been able to beat him. T.O. Fema. But he did. And I think youth won out in that fight. Plus a little bit more power, too. Lomachenko is not the same, shot. And a lot of people say, oh, he was at war. He really wasn't at war. He was in the office or whatever, wherever he was. Just the stress of it all. Like, y'all don't understand, even just having to go, the stress of it all. The worries that you be thinking, the worrations of it all, if that's a word. Like, oh shit, they're gonna make me go. Where my family gonna be? Okay, hopefully my family will be all right. I'm gonna have to be there. At any moment they gonna send me on the front line. I don't know, I might get shot. But all this stuff be going through your fucking head, even if you are out of harm's way. So, and plus whatever you might have saw. Not to mention if he actually was on the front line, we don't know. A lot of people don't think that he was, but he ain't the same, y'all. I'm going to call it right now. He ain't the same. So Devin Haney fighting Lomachenko, it doesn't prove anything to me. I'm not even pressed for that fight. I'd rather for Devin Haney to fight Tank or Shakur Stevens. That's who I want him to fight. Or Isaac Cruz. He not proving nothing with Lomachenko to me. Now, Devin Haney got to recognize Ramadan, which is going to go on between March 22nd to April 21st. Devin Haney wants to fight either before that or after that, not during that. Yeah. But I'm going to tell you, this fight ain't going to prove nothing. Lomachenko is 34 years old. His birthday, February 17th. About to be 35 real soon. So by the time they meet up, he'll be 35. He'll be an old man like y'all say Terrence Crawford is. Now saying he's 35 and to Devin, that's a big difference. Because Devin just turned 24. So either he gonna do like Floyd did and sun him. You know, like remember who was Floyd fighting when he said, I'm gonna sun him. Was it Canelo or somebody? Either he gonna sun him or he gonna get his old ass whipped. Because that is a difference. That is a gap in the age. But now Errol Spence and Bud Crawford. If Bud Crawford is 34 or 35, I can't remember. Errol Spence is only 2 years behind him. I don't understand when people be saying that the age difference and they be like 2 years apart. Like when they said with Pacquiao and Floyd. Floyd is 2 years older than Pacquiao. Well, I don't get that type stuff. You know, to each his own, but I never got that type stuff. But plus, you know, with all the extracurricular that people do with themselves, you know, Errol Spence is actually older than Terrence Crawford by like 5 years. That's a joke, y'all. That's a joke. But it's a relevant joke. It's a plausible joke. You know, y'all don't need me to break it down, you know, with the drinking and all the other stuff and the ballooning up and down the weight. I mean, yeah, this stuff ages you. And in boxing, you have to watch out for that stuff. So in that way, I made it funny. Some of y'all probably didn't think it was amusing, but that's okay. Miss T tried. So, but I'm calling that fight, Lomachenko. Devin Haney, you're going to beat him easily. You're the young guy. That man is old. That man probably seen too much. He probably had worries that he just ain't going to get over. So, I don't even want to see that fight, to be honest. As far as Jermell Charlo, you are now entering into the world you created or helped create. You and your boy Errol Spence, along with y'all other dudes and PBC at large. Y'all helped create this world. Don't nobody believe you. You can't just never say, I'm injured, I broke my hand, and let it be that. Well, if Tony Harris couldn't break his Achilles, and let it be that. If Castano couldn't have his issue, and let it be that. You ain't gonna have yours, and let it be that. So you only can thank your motherfucking self, because you created it. As far as PBC, you gotta stand by. Ain't nobody wishing for it. And I always say, you know, Al Hammond is a Harvard grad. Hell, midnight hour, he might pull something through. In that midnight hour, he might come through like gangbusters. He might pull a rabbit out his ass. He might make Bob Arum sit, squeeze over so he can get in on the ESPN. He might be like, Bob, you keep the ESPN app. I'll go with regular ESPN. I don't know. Who knows? The Zone might be like, look, we'll be your Huckleberry. We'll take you in. Who knows? But now, crossing the street or the other side of the street takes on a whole nother meaning, don't it? Oh, we got to scrap that bullshit, don't we? Don't we, Al? And PBC, Earl, and all y'all. Don't we got to scrap that? Now it's kumbaya, my lord. Let's all gather together and, hold hands and shit. Because your boy gonna need a hookup. Holla if you hear me. And he pissed so many people off. I don't think they want to help him. I think they want to watch him squirm. Because think about it. What business wait to the last minute to secure any kind of business? How are you worth your weight and go as a business and you wait until the last minute? You wait until the last damn minute to secure a network? You done shitted on apps. You done shitted on ESPN. You done shitted on The Zone. You done shitted on other organizations like Bob Arum, Top Rank, and all them. You don't cross the street for nothing. They cross the street to y'all. And now, y'all house on fire and you need somebody to put the fire out. How Q said, in my cute voice. But anywho, that's all I had today. Thank y'all for listening. It wasn't much to talk about, but I did find that Jermell Charlo thing interesting when I seen what the WBO is doing. And I said, oh no, I got to put that out. L-Dub, you can be sure that I'm going to look that up as soon as I get off and look up to see if that I didn't hear that correctly or whatever, or, you know, because I could have sworn I heard it a couple of times. I hear nothing about no Spence fight. That wouldn't even make sense. When is Spence fighting? For all we know, he ain't fighting none this year. You think the IBF would do a deal like that? Why would they do that? I heard Bozy said after his son fight, because they making Boots fight some kind of, this an interim thing. Now, I'm sure for y'all's sake and PBC's sake and people who love the PBC and just love Spencer or whatnot, they don't want it to be true. You know, you got people talking about how he coming after Terrence. I tell you, take the man words. Boost won't smoke with everybody. Let's be clear. He do. But take the man words and match it with his actions. His actions say he wanted with Spence. His actions don't say he wanted with Bud or anybody else. His actions say he wanted with Spence. So let's get that out the way first, and then we can see who he want next. I'm sure Bud will be on the list. We're not trying to negate Bud off the list or nothing. We just saying right now, he one person. He can only fight one at a time. But your boy Spence could arguably by June have no belts. And again, I tell you, look at what happened with Shakur Stevens. It's a little bit more to Shakur Stevens' the issue right now, but I ain't getting into all that extra stuff. But don't nobody want to fight him. The man actually had a list, but he was showing how he going down the list. This is a former champion in 2 different weight classes, and he can't get nobody to fight him. You know what I'm saying? And Shakur, if this continue, now do you see why I said when you was at 130, get all the belts? Fuck what Bob talking about. Why y'all listening? Why do y'all listen to other people and put y'all career in somebody else's hand that ain't doing none of the shit you doing? Ain't getting up in the morning running, ain't doing none of that hard work, but you let him be the driver of your career. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. You would have more leg to stand on had you was undisputed. You was a champion. Championships come and go, but undisputed is etched in stone. Now you're trying to go down the list. You can't get head of the line privileges, and people telling you no at will. Maybe because they don't know where you stand business wise, and they don't want to get locked in. I don't know. That's me. That's about far to the line I want to take that one. Maybe it's got something to do with that, but maybe also you don't hold no leverage. Bo and the Beautiful was popping. He said, "E Thriller salute, Bo. Our money salute." What you think gonna happen when Errol Spence gets stripped of all his belts, if that ever happened? I'm not wishing on it, but when it happens, or if it happened, if we are to believe the WBA, WBC, and the IBF. I know a lot of people always said the WBC ordered Earl to fight Keith Thurman. So did the WBA. They doubled down. So it's a joint effort. Let's not forget them. So it seems like these sanctioning bodies like enough is enough. Maybe the losing of networks and apps, because a lot of people getting cut out these deals when you got that app shit going on. Maybe the sanctioning bodies prefer network deals over apps. So now you're getting off your ass and writing the ship and course correcting and shit. Oh, now it's important now because this might be fucking with your bottom line. Oh, okay. That's what I'm seeing. I don't know. Y'all tell me. But it's all good. It's all good. Boo Sinners. You will get your fight with him if he want to go there. I can't tell. I don't think Earl's been scared of none of them. None of them. Not Keith, not Boost, not Bud. But I tell you this, he does bad business. Let me return the favor. He does bad business. PBC is bad business. They just do terrible business. So I don't know what they gonna do. He got to make a decision. He got to make it fast. It's really only one decision. Sorry I had to get to this. Bo said, we know the one option the PBC loves to avoid. They don't want the bud smoke. Exactly, Bud. Bo. Exactamundo. That's his only option. He said, I got hella options. No, you don't. You got one option. Because if you can't make the weight, why would you want 4 fights? Standing on this, Boost in this, Bud Crawford, Thurman. That's 4 times making weight. And you the motherfucker said you can't make the weight. Just going by what you said. I'm just going by what you said. I would rather make the weight once than to make it 4 times. Just going by what you said. But either way, this more so was about Charlo and the predicament that he's in. And you best believe I'm going to be watching every time. But never fear, y'all. If y'all was hoping for a fight that night, tune in to ESPN Plus. That's right. Get with Top Rank. Get with Bob Arum, the 90-year-old. Because he put a card on. I don't know the bottom card. I guess I'll come back and tell you guys who's on that card. But damn, Brett Berturbiev and Yard, y'all know that's going to be a good one. Y'all know that's going to be a good one. And that's going to be on ESPN Plus. It ain't going to cost you a dime if you already got ESPN. So PBC, it's y'all loss. It's y'all loss. All y'all had to do is slide Tony Harris in there. He was jumping up and down saying me. But, you know, you want to call postponement. You want to play with the English wording. Look, nah, I'm not letting that slide. I'm tired of that, too. Like, things that used to mean shit don't mean shit no more. I'm like, well, what changed? Who changed the shit? Postponement means, hey, instead of doing it this day, we're going to do it the following week. That's what the hell a postponement is. Cancel is, that date is off. But if you go to anything to read what's going to happen to this fight, it's going to say postponement. That's bullshit, Alado. Stop that shit. But alright. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Remember, when you know better, you do better. I'm out of here. In my Pamela James voice. Peace!